See, it's a showdown. See, it's never stopped from Baal. Baal worship it's every generation thinks they're the modern generation.
They give it a new name.
Oh yeah, oh, we're the modern
evil
generation.
Demon spirit.
Yeah, but they're still killing babies.
Right, Lucifer.
Okay,
yeah.
You can, last year over 40 million worldwide, but it's Baal worship. So we've come down, see that day we called down, I said, Lord, send the fire, the Elijah moment. Then this portal forms over the White House of fire. And it's over it now, and they don't want anybody to see that. And but it was there, and I guess it's still there. It was there, and it was their own cameras that showed it. And people couldn't get over it because in the daylight it was like a round circle, and at night it looked like an orange moon surrounded with a white circle, and then this fiery storm over to the side.
Tell me about what is that portal for? What's the purpose of that?
Well, I called for fire like Mount Carmel that day. After that it formed. But there is a corridor. See, demonic spirits can't open portals into heaven, but they open them through time.
Or trying to build a tower, right? Tower of Babel.
That's what that was about. And it was about, and there was a lot to that tower. But what you saw is a corridor open and a battle over a portal, over this nation. See, on Mount Carmel, Elijah and the prophets of Baal, it was actually a fight over a portal that opened. Who could call fire through it? But see, the prophets of Baal can't open a corridor to heaven, a portal. They can only open through time.
And Satan is a prince of the power of the air.
Yeah.
So they operate in the atmosphere of the air.
That's right.
And working through that spirit, like Daniel, he'd pray the prayer, they couldn't, the angel was coming through that prince's territory, if you will.
And see, they were trying to stop him from coming. And see, Daniel also says that in Daniel 7, that the enemy seeks to change time. He manipulates time because time is a dimension that can be manipulated. Science knows, CERN does it. They manipulate time, but they can't they said if we can open it up, something will come through it.
Just for a little background, CERN, tell folks about CERN.
Yeah, CERN is that giant particle collider in CERN, Switzerland. And it's 26 miles round under the ground. And they fire these particles through it, and it circles at such a high speed, and then they collide them. And when it does, it opens dimensions of time. The earth reacts sometimes to it, but it'll open dimensions. And about 2 weeks ago, they fired it up again, right as this portal opens.
Interesting.
Just think about all of this. And if it's not so, then they need to make it fix what, they need to fix what makes it look like that's what they're doing. Because they built it on the temple of Apollo.
They built CERN on the temple of Apollo.
The temple of Apollo. In Revelation chapter 9, you get down around verse 11, and it starts talking about there's an angel given a key. That's Revelation, to open the bottomless pit. And that's what they're trying to do. And it says the name of the king of that pit is Apollyon. And it's built on Apollo. And outside their door is the Hindu god Shiva, the god of destruction. That sits on the World Health Organization's table. That Obama appeared as Shiva on Newsweek in 2010.
I saw that. And this is no coincidence that all of these people trying to converge to rule the world, to take over the world, to do the book of Revelation, the one world order.
Well,
they're all using these same things.
Well, they believe it more than Christians believe it.
Right, and that's the problem.
And see, if it's not so, then how come when Hillary Clinton was running for president, they brought the Arch of Baal to the city park, New York, the park in New York City? Why did they bring the Arch of Baal? The Arch of Baal was the triumphal arch that went in Palmyra, Syria, where they would take the babies through the arch, go up to the temple, and sacrifice them to Baal. And so ISIS destroyed the temple. But the temple was full of encryptions all around the outside to show you how to use that portal. That's what I believe happened. ISIS was a bunch of thugs in the back of Toyotas with machine guns. They didn't have the expertise to surgically remove that temple and leave the arch. They blew it apart and left the arch. It took a sophisticated nation to do that. And then suddenly there's 1,000 arches of Baal 3D printed. 1,000. And they put one in Central Park.
I would say they show up all over the world.
They started showing, Boris Johnson dedicated one, and 2 demonic spirits flew through it on camera.
Wow.
And so then the prime minister or president, whatever he is, of Italy dedicated one. Then they took, and when Brett Kavanaugh was going through that circus he was going through, because they were afraid of what was going to happen right now, they brought the Arch of Baal to the park across the street. To the Arch of Baal, now it's all over abortion. And so all of this is going on, and if it's not so, then somebody needs to fix what makes it look like it. Why did they print 1,000 arches of Baal? The hit Disney, and it's amazing it was Disney. Disney show, The Mandalorian, showed them take a baby through the Arch of Baal to dissect it. And the episode was called The Sin. And a Jewish man wrote that whole script.